With Charlie Sheen in the house, we cannot wait. Absolutely all bets are off. Anything goes on this Thanksgiving. You want to know how to cook a turkey? You want to know how long to thaw the thing? Charlie Sheen knows that too. We're live with Ma-Sheen. Hot Mics with Billy Bush starts right now. Hot Mics with Billy Bush. Great title. You know it. Some might say the mics have never been hotter. Some might say it. I don't know. Welcome to Hot Mics on TuneIn and YouTube. We are live as live can be with the great Charles Sheen. There he is. Just give me the opening shot. God, has he retained his handsomeness.
You're very kind.
You're very kind.
You're very kind.
Keep going. Keep going. It is a Thanksgiving classic. Charlie, it's so good to see you, buddy. We've spent some time together recently.
We have indeed, yes. It's nice to see you as well.
It's reacquainting. It's just getting back to that beautiful rhythm of just two dudes with a tremendous fondness for one another.
Absolutely, yes.
Do I love Charlie? There's Charlie and I. Charlie Sheen, alive on stage right there. I think that's from the Morongo Casino. That's a special memory because that was Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah. Now, was it that photo for sure? Was that the Game 7?
I think that was Game 7
Okay.
at Morongo Casino. It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday night, and I had said to Charlie earlier in the process as we were doing some of these stops together. We were in Reno, Nevada together. I said, Charlie, we got a problem. If this thing goes to Game 7, we're going to be on stage in Palm Springs.
Yeah, and scheduled to go on at like 8:30.
8 o'clock was the scheduled start.
Oh,
which is
8?
trouble.
It was 8.
We weren't even through the 9th at that point.
I know.
I think we were in the 8th at that point.
Yeah. We were still backstage when Muncy hit the home run to make it 4-3, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, and that was in the 8th.
And everyone knows Charlie Sheen is a huge baseball fan. So, and the show you can't do Charlie Sheen alive on stage with just me. So we were like, what are we going to do here? And sure enough, extra innings begins and we realize unless we make these people sit in their seats for an hour and a half,
right,
we got to incorporate. So on the fly, we decided, all right, everybody, we start the show, put your phones in your laps. We're all going to watch together. Charlie and I had our phones out, and we did a viewing party for Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah, and we were going to put it on the big screen behind us.
We tried to, but the manager of the hotel had issue.
Said, not possible. There's licensing
issues. I said, there's no retransmitting. We're not putting this out on our own channel or anything. I said, no, but if you've sold tickets to one event, they purchased tickets for this, and now they would be watching the World Series, and you can't sell tickets to the World Series.
However, how that could be defended is that when they purchased the tickets, they weren't aware, or they weren't purchasing them with that intent.
That's true.
Thinking that would be an additional asset in the course of the evening.
You've faced a lawyer or two in your life, and you've probably played one, and you've hired a few.
I've hired a few. I've never played one.
Did you miss your calling? Look at you. Your Honor, now wait a minute.
I've never played one.
Never?
No.
No, Spin City, you were a chief of staff.
Yeah. I was a deputy mayor, actually.
A deputy mayor.
Yes.
What if you were the deputy mayor of New York right now under Zoran Mamdani? It was the Mamdani Sheen ticket.
Well, I would have been at the White House the other day.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yes. Yeah, that was quite the meeting.
You're a fascist. You're a communist. Great. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
That was great. You've been on the road.
I have.
Like crazy promoting the book. And
yes, there is something from that night. I think it's not a do-over. It's I kind of a clean it up a little. I kept calling Andy Pages. Do you remember that?
Yes, you did.
Why didn't you say, dude, that's not how you pronounce his freaking name?
And there's a lot of, there
was a strong Latin contingent in the crowd. Why didn't somebody yell? Why didn't somebody correct me?
Well, there's not only a Latin contingent in the crowd. Your name is Carlos Estevez.
There's that part too. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, Carlos, why did you call them pages?
I didn't say pages. I said pages.
Pages.
Which is probably worse than
It's
pages.
one of those names, though, that you really don't, it's just, you come to it, especially, and you're like, oof.
Right.
Pajes.
But even if you just tuned in just for the World Series, you've heard his name a few hundred times pronounced properly.
And his name will never be forgotten now after a tremendous performance plowing over Kiki Hernandez in order to make the catch of the series.
Yeah. Yes. Of the century, perhaps.
Of the century, perhaps, to save the Dodgers. And then, I mean, oh my God, Rojas to save the Dodgers. There was more aligned for the Los Angeles Dodgers in that World Series than I've ever seen a line for one team on a given night. Any one of those teeny little things goes a different way, and that series is over and they lose.
Yeah, you're right. There's a parade in the streets of Toronto.
And the Snow Mexicans win. The Canadians. I like the term Snow Mexican.
Did you just come up with that?
No, I've heard it a few times.
Did you borrow that from somebody?
Snow Mexicans.
That's what
the Canadians. Where did we fall out with the Canadians? What is going on? We love these beautiful people.
Are you going to get yelled at for Snow Mexicans?
I don't think so.
And am I going to get yelled at by proxy for just being in the room when you said it?
Yes, that's just the way it goes.
That's the benefit of our friendship.
No, we're two guys who don't give any Fs, I don't think. I mean, do you?
You know, the obvious ones. Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's okay.
But the throwaway shit, not so much.
You're allowed to say it.
Yeah.
Mexican, not a bad
Hey,
word.
Billy, I just jump in here.
Did we lose the feed?
No, it's a bro fest going on there. But I want to tell you, in the feed in YouTube, there's a ton of love going on for Charlie. Everything from the book is amazing to how fantastic he looks.
Okay, let's read some comments. You know what, Charlie? You need a little building up.
Oh, they're actually
they're live in here.
Okay.
Someone says, Billy, quiet, piggy. That's the truth.
That's a quote off Air Force One, right?
Sister, Air Force One. Isn't that great?
Amazing.
Quiet piggy. And all these people who are they're just all they want to do is defend Trump at every term. He was talking to a woman named Peggy. And I'm like, no, he was talking to Catherine Lucy from Bloomberg News, and he said piggy.
But it's a play on something else, isn't it? Wasn't it connected to some other... There's another reference?
He was just frustrated and couldn't find the word, and he went, quiet, fuck it, piggy.
Well, I think it had the effect he was going for.
It did.
Yes.
Another viral moment.
Yes.
Oh, here's a Canadian person pissed about Snow Mexicans.
See, I felt it when you said
this one's on me.
Yeah. And are they lumping me? Am I being lumped?
Charlie's such an asshole. I can't believe you said that.
See, you're making that up.
I said it, and yet he's the asshole.
Hilarious.
I love here's a person who goes by the handle, I'm just an asshole sometimes, aren't we all? I love Charlie. My dad took me to see his movie with Emilio, Men at Work, in the theaters when I was 4 years old. Pretty sure he was my first crush. Oh.
That's cool. I mean,
Charlie's done it all, says Wendy. Oh my God. Charlie, have always loved you and your acting, says Kel. I'll always see you as someone I want to be friends with. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Anything's possible, right?
Isn't that nice?
That's pretty cool.
Isn't this great? I made an exception to the fashionably late rule for Charlie. I'm jumping in right now. Oh, so many people are skipping work to spend a little Thanksgiving Eve with the great Charlie Sheen. Absolutely. Billy, Steve, Charlie, Steve, the producer. We're all winning. Okay.
Cool. We'll take it.
I love it.
We'll take it. You know, I've never been in a podcast with the actual, is this called a super chat or is that something else?
The super chat is when someone pays to make a comment.
Got it. Okay.
But we're live in the chat and it's so fun. So it's just, I don't know why they all want you to save Britney. That's interesting. Go save Britney. Charlie, I think they're saying you saved yourself. Now you have to go save another celebrity. You have to go pass it on like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I mean, you just do that by example. You don't go knocking on people's doors.
Charlie, why do these...
That would be a little invasive, don't you think?
If I can do it, you can do it, sweetie. It's Charlie. How are you?
I mean, geez. Is she in trouble again?
I think she's...
Or did she never
posts these
fall
things,
out of trouble?
I think she just posts these things. Clearly, it just seems like that maybe something might be off.
Got it. Okay.
Right?
Well, then we wish her well.
We sure do.
You know, smoother sailing in her future.
We wish everyone well.
I don't know the woman.
No, I don't know the woman. I mean, I do know. I had dinner with Britney Spears years ago, way long. She was engaged to a friend of mine, Jason Trawick, at the time.
Okay.
And Jason called me and he said, your wife is from the South and your wife's from Mississippi and Britney's from Louisiana. Maybe, we could have dinner together and they could have that Southern connection. And so we did, and I think it went quite well. But
did that Southern connection reveal itself?
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah?
Yeah. She's like,
okay.
You say y'all, I say y'all. Hey.
Right.
Let's call the whole thing off. Charlie, people are asking if you can sing. You're such a great, more than one person, they're not communicating with each other, wants to know if you can sing. I mean, have you ever sung in a film?
But to frame it like that, people are asking. Like there's
it sounds like Trump. A lot of people want to know. How many is that a lot?
Yes, everybody knows it.
God, few people make me laugh as much as you.
I appreciate that.
It's
Thank
the
you.
Delivery, it's the pause, it's the. Yeah, I know. I know this is just. Oh God!
Just me doing me, right?
It's just you doing you. It's so good.
I cannot sing, and some of the singing stuff on 2.5 was brutal. But then they said, okay, you got to approach it like Burt Bacharach or one of these guys that was a jingle writer and then sang just for a guide track, so they could hire an actual singer to come in and hit those same notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the great things in a sitcom, though, is men. I mean, I just thought that was so great.
Yeah, that's not us. That's not us singing.
No, it's not you. I know.
And that's a woman singing for Angus, singing for Jake.
Really?
Yeah, that's Elizabeth Daly. She also has a track.
How do you know that? How do you know the woman voiceover artist who sang for Angus?
Because I ran into her at a UPS store one day. And she introduced herself and reminded me that we'd met like in the 80s, because she has a song on the Breakfast Club soundtrack called Waiting, and it's a great song. And
how does it go, Charlie?
I'm sure your producer could cue it up.
Waiting, we're just waiting.
They'll play it anyway. So then she informed me that she did the voice for Jake in that title song, because he had to hit that note at the end,
Have we seen Angus at all? When's the last time you talked to Angus?
I saw him a couple of years ago when I did the cameo in Chuck's show Bookie.
Yeah.
It was the reunion for me and Chuck Lorre, which was pretty cool. And so they had me in rehab as a patient, and I said, Chuck, I feel like that's kind of mining the past. I think let's start looking forward.
Good for you to stand up for yourself.
Thank you. And he said, okay, well, what if you're still in rehab, but it's the place where you have your weekly high stakes poker game, because you haven't given up gambling. I'm like, I love it. And then I said, no. Then he said, what if we reassemble the original poker game from the pilot?
Wow.
Yeah. And so we got everybody there except the dude who played Biff in Back to the Future. I think, is he in 1 and 2? Because in 2, he was
so big in 1. How could he not be in 2?
But in 2, he had the almanac and he knew the future, right? And he was like a multi-trillionaire, right?
Yes.
Am I mixing up the two
movies? No. You're
Okay.
absolutely correct.
Yeah, and I wish I could remember the actor's name.
Biff. Guys, look up Biff. We need to get.
Anyway,
Charlie's like me. This will bother him for the rest of the day.
He's in the original poker game in the 2.5 pilot. And when we put it back together to put it in Bookie, he's the only one that didn't make the return visit.
Thomas Wilson.
Thomas Wilson, okay. I will take your word for it.
What a great name, Biff.
Biff.
Do you know any Biffs in life?
I do not. No, I do not.
When you did the pilot for 2.5 Men, Charlie, was it like, did you know right away, did you know from script, or did you know and then confirmed in pilot that this thing was a masterpiece?
I knew from script that we had something special for sure. And then there was a moment filming the pilot it was directed by James Burrows, right?
Yeah.
And so it was. I think we were still rehearsing. Or was during a pre-shoot. No, it was show night. It was the first. We'd done some pre-shooting the day before, and it was Friday, and he's sitting. He's sitting in the living room set, and he's reading the newspaper, and it's probably about like 3:00. We got a few hours before, and I come in, and he looks up and he says, "You nervous?" I said, "Well, yeah, of course I am." And then I shared with him, but my brother Ramon shared with me recently that we're only nervous about the things that we care about, and he doesn't even look up from his newspaper, right? He just turns a page and says, "Well, I guess I don't care anymore." I was like, "Wow, that's your pep talk? That's your freaking pep talk."
From the
Nice.
great
Yeah.
James Burrows.
Yes. And then
Cheers. I mean,
yeah,
all the big ones.
Taxi.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Friends. Yeah. So then there was a moment later on. I think we had finished the pilot, and he said, I hope you enjoyed tonight because you're going to be doing this show for a very long time."
Oh, wow.
And so that's when I knew somebody, a veteran with that kind of resume, that's when I was like, "Oh, damn. Okay. Here we go."
James Burrows, he knows instantaneously what's going to work and what's not going to work. I mean,
Sure.
Not every pilot the man has done has gone on to great series. But it's an interesting thing, if maybe some people don't know, in the TV business, is that the director who shoots the pilot gets a little piece of that show for the rest of
in
time.
perpetuity. Yes.
Perpetuity.
Yes.
So when you're a director, it's okay. Great, you're the director that films the series. You want to be the director that, like the guy that ended up directing your show for most of the seasons for the longest time was Jamie Widows.
Jamie Widows, yeah.
Our mutual friend, who is a great guy. He played Hoover in Animal House.
Amazing.
One of the great
love
comedic
that man.
roles of all time.
I love that man.
Became a television director. Like he tells me, he's like, and he talks like this a little bit. He says, "Bush, I directed the pilot for Reba. And I still get so much Reba money. It's something like this.
Wow.
There's Reba money out there."
Wow.
And James Burrows gets money from Friends, Cheers, 2.5 Men, and on and on. Holy shit.
Maybe that's why he had that quote.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't care anymore. Yeah.
I go to the mailbox and I take out checks that are so big. Mailbox money is what it's all about.
I guess so.
You must have gotten a taste of, you got some residuals. Didn't you get a little piece of
Oh,
2.5 Men?
Yeah, no.
So you still get mailbox money.
Here and there.
Right?
Here and there, yeah.
You must.
Yeah. I mean, not what it was, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're quasi-rich now, but you were
I'm rich in spirit.
rich in spirit. But God, you were loaded. You were the biggest. You had I don't think anyone has ever made what you made still per episode in a sitcom.
It's funny. I don't think so either. However, nobody ever follows that thought with, "Hey, man, it's too bad you only made it through 8 episodes of that deal."
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That was the new deal.
That's the year it went kablooey.
So what is
That's the year it went shit city.
You've obviously gone through this with your therapist.
What's our language?
Anything you want.
Oh, okay, I'm keeping it pretty clean though so far, right?
I've dropped the F-bomb 3 times, I think, Charlie. And I'm
just
the host of
today?
the program. Yeah.
Or in the whole history of your show?
Today alone.
Okay, well then fuck it. Here we are. So wait a minute. So how long have you been on the air?
In life?
In this
So far,
specific.
I'd say about 9 minutes. With
You
this
have
show,
a knack for it, young man.
Since January.
Since January. Okay, so you're coming up on your anniversary.
Coming up on the 1-year anniversary.
Wow.
It's all been leading to this moment. We've
And
had
you-
some good guests. We've had some great guests.
Do you do a couple shows a week? Do you do one a week?
Couple a week. We
Okay,
do
so
Mondays and Fridays. We're at 2 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays.
Of course, Mondays and Wednesdays. Yeah.
Because you know what? At this point in my life, I'm a long weekend guy.
There you go. As you should be.
As I should be.
Yes.
I've kissed enough celebrity ass to my lips are numb from all the celebrity ass I've kissed. I'm tired. This is the I don't care anymore. This is the way it is, baby. The way
awesome.
I was born.
Good for you.
unadulterated, unbridled.
Good for you.
And here we are.
Yeah, you seem very comfortable. You seem very settled into this.
I'm doing the glasses bite move right here. This is a move that, that Bryant Gumbel. You just, when you put the glasses right here in the teeth like this, it looks like you're about to unearth a real pearl of a question, right?
Are you sitting on something awesome?
Now, Charlie, tell me. Well, I did have when you talked about the 2 million, you're making 2 million an episode, but it only lasted 8 episodes.
Now, I'm not saying that's not enough to live on, but it did.
That's $16 million.
Right, but you got to cut it in half, and then commissions and all that stuff, and then 2 divorces, and all the rest of it.
Oh yeah.
So,
and then
it got dwindly.
Do you ever wonder, like, as much money as you have made so far in your career, how many hands there are in a pot for you especially must have been unbelievable when you see this is the number that it started as,
right?
And then when it comes down to you, it's like, can I buy a pack of cigarettes? Am I okay for this?
At least a carton, right? Yeah, no, I've thought about that stuff, and it never felt like my hand went into that basket first,
Now, if I was a therapist, and when you get the big check and it only lasts 8 episodes, was there something in there that said, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve all this. I'm going to blow this shit up?
Probably. I mean, subconsciously for sure. And I think some of it had to do with how many hands were in that pot, that there was some, I don't know, some desire, some want, something almost revenge fueled that to get back at all that by blowing it all up. I think that was a piece of it.
Was it a stick it to them kind of thing too? Like, I'm just the cash cow. Everybody's picking off me. Look, now it's gone.
Right.
Where are you now?
I think
who's still there?
I think that was in the mix for sure. Yeah. But then, like, take a step back and yeah, dude. Well, who suffered the most with that type of move?
We don't think of these things sometimes in the moment while we're rolling.
No, of course not.
So you talk about it. Look, you talk about everything. We've been, we talked about a lot on the road, and people. Are you at the whole point of writing the book, right? And doing the Netflix doc, was that just I'm letting everything out, and then it's out and we're done, and I'm going to tell everyone has written stories about me, have told narratives about me. I'm going to tell you what I know because I lived it. Here it is. And that's it, and then we'll be done with it, or what?
That was part of the plan, of course. Yeah, that I would finally tell these stories in the way they actually happened, from my point of view, from my experiences, and then be able to tell people, hey, if you're still curious about the past, you can read it, you can watch it, or you can listen to it, and it's all there, nicely bundled for you to explore.
I think one thing I say about you to anyone who asks me or whatever, I always say what makes Charlie Sheen, I think one thing that people love about you is that when someone steps in shit, sometimes they'll be like, well, it was this, it was that person, and there's all these excuses and all these things. You're just the first guy to be like, yeah, it was me. My bad. Whoops. And own it. You own whatever it is, you own it. And people are like, wow, that's so refreshing. It's all anyone has to do. We sit down with our kids and we say, just be truthful.
Sure.
Tell the truth. And if you do, I promise you, every kid hears it. If you tell the truth, it's a whole lot better than if you don't. Yeah, I'm going to take my chances with the lie.
Yeah, but it's also the shortest distance between 2 points.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to take the long way. I just feel it's interesting that it is refreshing when it shouldn't be refreshing. It should sort of be ingrained in the landscape. It should be a part of the human experience. And the fact that it's not, especially in my industry, our industry, that it feels novel. It feels unique, just to be straightforward and truthful and own shit and move forward.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's right. And what about you? So one of the most powerful, gripping things in a negative way for people is shame. Just everyone carries shame. I think in some degree, and some people are better, except Trump. Trump does not carry shame. It does not register with him. Doesn't care.
He doesn't have time for it.
Doesn't have time for it. Like,
No.
why linger with that? Move
Right.
on to the next thing. But do you carry any? And by that, I mean, is there regret? Is there shame? Is there anything like, I really feel shameful over this particular thing? Or have you been able to work through everything and let it all go?
No, I think that's always going to be a process. I mean, I try to stay out of as much regret as possible, but just that's unrealistic. Just where the mind tends to wander or drift to. It's hard not to think about the what ifs, even if you can come to grips or terms with how something could have played out or should have played out. It's useless. It's useless energy spent.
Totally.
Because there's nothing.
So's guilt.
So's
Guilt is the
guilt.
worst.
But I tell people, I'm like, okay, all right. So you're dealing with this thing in the past. Bring me a souvenir from that moment. Like if you were at lunch, bring me a sandwich from that meal. Bring me that day's newspaper or the shoes you were wearing. They're like, well, I can't do that. That's ridiculous. I'm like, exactly. Because it doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
But by dwelling on it, we keep it alive. We keep it current. We keep the past current. And what's that all about? I mean, we're not going to solve it today.
I'll tell you what it's about.
Oh, do you have the answer?
I have the answer.
But shouldn't the glasses be to the bite point? Because
Charlie, you raise an incredible. You raise a great point.
This is that moment,
And Bryant Gumbel taught this move to Matt Lauer, and I learned it from Matt.
Nice.
If you just do this quickly, people really. But I think it's ego. All right.
Okay.
So the ego, we all have not the ego like, oh, look at me, I'm so good. I've got a big ego. The ego translates to voice in the head. Ego equals voice in the head. And the ego is constantly wanting, in a way, to tell old stories or to allow you to live old things, almost in a way to protect you, almost in a way to protect you from things getting too good. I'm telling you, it is everyone has it. And I've read this book and worked with this guy a little bit named Keith Crossley. And his book is called State Within Light, and it deals with actual enlightenment, basically, and how you don't defeat the ego, but you transcend the ego. Ego's always going to be there.
Sure.
It's always going to want to tell the stories. But how do you transcend it? And has a lot to do with presence and meditation. You're a meditator, aren't you? Do you meditate a little? You sleep in a weird bag. I know that.
Well, I don't sleep in it. I sweat in it.
You have a sweat bag.
I have a heat sleeve. Yes, it's a.
But do you have like a routine in the heat sleeve when you have nowhere to go but to melt and sweat in your sleeve?
Right, and count the minutes.
Right. Do you?
There's some
have presence exercises or something? Or?
I don't. I watch TV.
Yeah. I wish I could give you something deeper, but no.
Yeah, no, and I had to eventually because I use Shocks headphones. Do you ever use those?
No.
Oh, they're great. They're bone conducting. No, you're not.
Bone conducting headphones?
Yeah, they don't go in your ear. They work off vibration, and they're a lot healthier, I think. Yeah. The only place they don't work is an airplane because of that much ambient noise.
Right.
Yeah. But I had to actually purchase their swimmer's model, their waterproof model, because a lot of the programming that I was watching would get muffled
because of the sweat.
Yeah.
So Charlie wakes up. Do you do this first thing in the morning?
That's how I start the day. Yeah.
Charlie has a sleeping bag that is very hot. It's a hot bag and it's on the floor. And when we were on the road,
I pull it out from under the bed and I stick it on top of the bed.
Okay, so
and I have a little throw pillow that I bought at Target for $7.
Love that.
Yes, because it's the perfect size, and I've been trying to buy a backup, find its twin.
Can't do it.
Unavailable.
Unavailable.
Yeah,
Hey, Target, are you listening? Charlie's looking for the other pillow.
exactly.
It's so funny because we're on the, we go to our first stop for Charlie Sheen alive on stage, for me, was Reno, Nevada. And I meet Charlie at the JSX terminal, the FBO. And we're going like overnight. we're not
Right.
going far. And Charlie has a suitcase that says, no one's, the worst girlfriend nightmare suitcase is smaller than this. And he has a massive suitcase with him. And he's like, how much weight? And I come up behind him.
It was a duffel. It was a rolling duffel.
A rolling duffel.
Yes.
And the woman's like, it's 49.9 pounds.
I was like $20 over.
Oh my God.
And she waved she
waved it.
Yeah.
Well, she saw how small mine was, and she said, these two guys, they balance out. And I said,
Right.
Charlie, what is going on here? I said, oh, you'll see. It's my heat sleeve. And then when I walked into your room,
there it was.
in the corner. I mean,
Yeah.
What does that thing do? It just, is it like another way for people to get out of working out?
Yes, it can replace the workout.
Oh, God.
And reduce that shame of being completely inactive. No, but it's doing great things. It's far infrared, so it's a lot of deep healing. It works on reducing inflammation. It's like I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning and wasn't able to go back to sleep.
I'd say that happens. Why?
Yeah.
What was on your mind?
What was on my mind? My son Bob moved back in on Friday.
Oh.
And he's been great, and it's been awesome to have him back, and especially to see the brothers back together, him and his brother Max,
Max has been there all along, and so
Yeah,
now,
he has.
now
Yeah.
you have Bob and Max, your children with Brooke,
Yes.
and they're with you.
Yes.
So it's 3 men.
It's 3 men.
It's three.
Three's company. It's 3 men. It's
2.5 plus another half. We've got
Yeah.
all 3 men.
Yeah.
What's
And so
that bro zone like? I mean, is it a
It's
lot?
this version is a lot more civilized.
Is there a show in here? I mean, is it the two
There-
boys come back and the dad and
There is, and it's one that Emilio has been kind of urging me to explore for the past few years, but my resistance to it is, Emilio, let's think about it. I'm already living with 2 children, 2 kids, teenagers, full time.
Right.
Then I go to my job, and essentially the fictional version of that with 2 teenagers.
When do
full
I escape it?
time.
Yeah.
When do I hang out with an adult? When do I actually,
right?
use some
How
of the
old
big
are Bob
words
and
I
Max?
know? 16.
16.
Yes.
So the driving is occurring soon, and
Yeah, Max is already driving. Bob and I were at the Hyundai dealership yesterday because Max got an Elantra, and so Bob loved it. And I said, then let's get you an Elantra, young man.
wow, double
we-
2 guys, 2 cars.
Yeah, and they're parked next to each other. and they don't do like stupid, like, cringy twins stuff. Like,
Yeah.
let's dress the same today. No, they don't give a fuck about any of that
They're-
because they're so different. They're not identical.
But the cars are different colors.
Yeah, like anthracite, and then Bob went black.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So and I guess
So I think I was thinking a lot about everything with that this morning, and just wanting to, because I'm a planner. I like to organize things in a way that's precise and linear, and just to make sure that the day's plan is executable and then executed.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, what an interesting time in life. So many questions. We are live. We are
Are
live
they-
on
are they-
YouTube.
are they-
We
are they
live.
co-
Oh,
are
there's
they
so
coming
many.
through with
People
stuff?
are like, well, you got to remind people.
It should also, people have to realize I don't work. I'm not a spokesperson for Hyundai. I'm not a spokesperson for Higher Dose. That's the sauna sleeve.
You could have
right?
fooled me because you could have just stopped at Hyundai, but you went to Elantra, and I was like, is he going to give me some MSRP numbers
I'm
here in
not.
a second?
I'm not. No, everything I talk about is just shit that I use, and like, and so, and I'm not like, hey, maybe if I talk about it, they'll fucking hire me. No, I'm not.
No,
that. I'm
you
not
know who's
that
like
guy.
that? My landlord, Fred Trump, Howie Mandel over here. Howie's like that. Howie will sponsor
so
anything.
He'll promote, and then they'll call.
Howie, look, there he is. Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel. This is a true story. This is true. Howie Mandel somehow got a shampoo commercial. I said, "What, for the goatee?" I'm sitting here with one of the great heads of hair in history.
Hands
maybe.
down. Hands down.
This
full,
guy's
full
bald.
stop.
And he has the shampoo sponsor.
And thanks to you, I am now the face of Snow Mexicans.
He's
Wait, I heard just the front of it.
Canadian. He said, "I'm now the face of Snow Mexicans."
Amazing. Wow.
Oh, Howie,
is
look at
awesome.
that. He hits it and quits it. You see that?
Is his live as well? Just so I kind of know when I'm
No.
prepared. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No one trusts Howie to go live.
Huh.
Mrs. Mandel put a kibosh on that. So many people here with is he bad? So many people have questions here. I want to see Charlie in a drama.
In a drama. Thank you. So does Charlie.
Charlie wants to do a little
So
drama.
does Charlie. Yes.
Does Charlie Sheen think that going out to dinner with people who are drinking is a test of his discipline due to temptation? What's his take on that? Is it hard to go out to dinner with people who are drinking?
No, because those people are sipping.
Yeah,
They're
and you
sipping.
would be.
Yeah, that's not how I define drinking. And it's also, even if they were straight from the bottle, Chug City, that's really not. It's never a thing like that with me because I didn't get sober to close all the bars. It's like I.
You didn't really leave a drop on the table. You didn't leave a drop in a glass. I mean,
didn't,
you had
no.
enough booze
Yeah.
for a lifetime. So people would think, "Oh my God, finally rehab worked for him." I think it was. Didn't you just?
There was no rehab. I just woke up one day and said, "Yeah, enough's enough."
So many other people said, "Enough's enough, Charlie. Enough's enough," and you said, "Nah, I'll decide that."
Until I said it.
Yeah.
It never would have really been authentic,
So what would take me to that? Is there an exact moment?
But the other thing is just touching on, out at dinner is that, and it's like, no, I could say, someone pulls out a crack pipe, that's a different story, but that's not true. That's bullshit. Because first of all, no one's pulling out a crack pipe in a nice restaurant.
Well,
And if they are, I
Didn't
kind
you?
of want to go to that restaurant. No, but even that kind of stuff, and I think it's also about not being smart enough, not to wind up in situations where that's going to be on someone else's menu, And so, but I also, I put down the dope, I put down the booze just to function in the real world. And not to try to influence people or be that unsolicited jerk off that, that approaches people like it becomes a complete and total buzzkill. Because I encountered so many people like having the greatest night, It's like you're walking to the jacuzzi,
Yeah.
And like all your dates or that night's date is what I meant to say is already in there. And there's a guy on the on the walk. Hey man, I think you took it a little far tonight. It's like tonight hasn't even started, you fucking moron.
You losers.
But I'm saying, but just in other situations at a party or at a thing, it's like, hey, you might want to tone it down a little,
So many questions. I got to squeeze in a sponsor here, Charlie. I'm a hustler, baby.
Who is your sponsor?
Well, here we go.
Okay.
It's PrizePicks, baby. PrizePicks, the best place to win some money, especially this Thanksgiving weekend filled with football. It's such an easy app to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do is pick more or less on a few player stats, okay? Here's how I stacked up my Thanksgiving lineup. We'll see if Charlie agrees. Let's take a look. All right, so first game, we've got Green Bay versus Detroit. Brandon McManus. Is he going to have at least one field goal? The line is a half. So that means he kicks one field goal. I said more. Absolutely, he at least kicks a field goal.
100%.
Yeah, Jared Goff, 241 and a half yards passing, more or less. More. That's what I did too,
Yeah.
Charlie. Let's hope that'll be a good one. Now let's go to another game. Thanksgiving also has a great featured game, and that is the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs on a roll right now. I think it's going to be high scoring is what I said, but I think the Chiefs are going to dominate if you want to know. But I say Dak Prescott, more or less then 252.5 yards. Exactly. I said more. You see that for Dak?
I agree.
And what about Pickens, who has just been terrific? George Pickens, what's the line on him? Here we go, 75.5 yards for Pickens, more or less. I said more. That guy's on fire. You think he catches less? I don't like the way you're looking at that.
I mean, everybody's a twisted ankle away from the under.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Sorry. That's kind of grim.
Jeez, that was negative.
That's kind of grim. Sorry.
All right, I took more, and then Mahomes, 267.5 yards passing. I think that guy is a real showman, and he's going to light up Dallas Stadium. Arlington will never forget it, and I say more for Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, are the Cowboys getting points at home? What's the line? Like, what are they getting? Like 2.5, 3?
I would think that's about right, but I don't know. It didn't look. I'm just going on gut instinct. But PrizePicks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups. Just use the promo code HOTMICS when you sign up today. This is Hot Mics, brought to you by LAGOLF as well. I'm a great golfer. I love to golf. I played great game I had yesterday. I'll tell you about that later. But LAGOLF is got incredible Black Friday, Cyber Monday promo going right now. A gift for someone else and a gift for you. If you buy a $100 gift card, you get $25 gift card on the house. If you spend $300 on a gift card, you get $75 gift card. And if you spend $500, you get $125. Visit LAGolf.com. Upgrade your game. Hot Mics rolls on with the great Sir Charles Ma-Sheen. I like to call you Ma-Sheen.
Well, do you know, my son Bob, that's on his birth certificate.
Ma-Sheen?
Well, yeah, he has 2 middle names. He's Bob Carlos M.A. Sheen.
No.
Oh, yeah.
You threw a Ma in there on him?
I did.
Wow,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I thought he was going to be a superstar athlete, and I just saw myself from the stands just kind of rooting, seeing that on the back of his jersey, Machine,
Machine.
Yeah, the machine. But he could throw a football 75 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
Big guy?
Bigger than me.
Jeez.
But picked up the guitar and mastered it inside of 2 weeks. It was crazy. So he's talking about wanting to act. So who knows? He's in the doc. Bob's in the doc. Max sat that one out. Yeah.
Max said no, Bob. Well, you had Emilio sat it out.
Right.
Dad sat it out. Is that due to any type of, we're not going there, we're not ready to go back to this period of time because we love our guy too much and damn it hurt us?
No, they didn't. They figured that they didn't want to get in the way. They because the whole thrust of it was me telling my stories, and they didn't really want to tell my stories,
Yeah.
And I respect that. Plus, they're both in it a lot with the archival, and I feel like that their presence was pretty substantial.
One of the things I loved about, well, first of all, you and Emilio were tight because whenever Charlie lands on an airplane, and I witnessed this, he takes a little video with his thumb out like this.
That's at the end.
At the end,
yeah. I filmed the whole landing.
He films the end,
yeah.
and then in the end, the thumb comes into frame.
Yeah.
Which is to tell your brother, hey, I made it.
I'm alive, yeah.
I'm alive.
And then he'll send that to the family.
And you think he actually does send it to the family, or does he tell you he does?
No.
Charlie made it. Because only you're worried about him. He's not worried about you landing on a jet suite flight. He knows you made it, and it's fine. Did you send it to everyone? And he says yes.
He says he does distribute it accordingly.
Let's put him to a lie detector. We don't know.
I think he does. I think he at least sends it to Mom.
Oh, okay.
I sent you
one.
Why
don't you just send
I
it?
sent you one. Yeah,
man. Like, now I'm part of this?
But did you laugh when you got it?
I did.
Okay, good. Good.
I laugh at everything you say. You know that.
Thank you.
On the road trip, on the tour, all that. Is there any topic you're done with?
Pretty much, yeah. There's a couple
that you just
there's
like
a couple
but you don't stop people from bringing them up.
I don't like to I don't want to say suffocate. I don't want to show up with rules because I think it especially right when you've just met somebody, You're like, hey, by the way, we've agreed to do all this stuff. I put it all in a book. It's all in a doc. The whole world is watching and reading it, but you're not allowed to ask these couple of things. I think that's bullshit. I think it, I think it handicaps the interviewer, you know, and I think it also creates a thing right from the jump that is kind of icky. That's why I've been free about it. But if someone's going too long with it and I can feel the audience just kind of like, okay, we get it, move on, then I'll try to just deliver a few sound bites to wrap it up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, my view is like, I just think you're a great talent. I mean,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, it's undeniable. I mean, the highest paid, you know, in sitcom history, but the movie, the IMDb is nuts. I mean,
Thank you.
It's goes on and on and on.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, I was laughing the other day thinking about the movie Three Musketeers, and I thought about that because I'm friends with Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, you are?
Who is Lily White Chris O'Donnell.
I like Chris a lot.
He has his
He's a good
loafers
dude.
and his
Good
pink
dude.
sweater, and he's Biff McGillicuddy.
He's a little more rough and tumble than people know. He's a little edgier than he presents.
Look at the hair flow he's got in this photo. But I got to imagine the filming of this.
Jesus.
One guy who can party is Charlie Sheen in the day, and another guy who could party, Kefir Sutherland.
Kefir, yeah,
That
man.
third musketeer must have gotten his ass kicked.
You talking about Chris?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was really disciplined. He went out with us one night early on and kind of saw what that was, what, you know, the level we were taking it to and the things we were chasing. And he tapped out. But he didn't tap out because he's a fucking pussy. He tapped out because he had the most dialogue in the movie.
Oh.
Plus, he has a love story that he had to stay connected to, and he had so much more responsibility than
He
the
was
rest
committed
of
to
us.
the work.
Yeah, he was.
By the
Yeah,
way,
so
his hair, he looks
would-
like he could have played Barry Gibb in like the Bee Gees movie. That was
hilarious.
just hot stuff, man.
We all had a lot back then.
Wow.
But so he was responsible. He would just go. He would go back to the hotel, and then we'd see him the next morning, and we
And the two musketeers would roll in.
we'd roll in, left of left, and he'd be like, "How was your night, guys?" Yeah. So he had fun with that side of it.
Your favorite, I mean, it's so broad, but your favorite, when you think back of making like some of the classics, like what, Platoon, obviously a big part of the book and in the doc, going back to the Philippines to film Platoon, where your father had done Apocalypse Now and had suffered was it a heart attack or a stroke?
It was a heart attack. Yeah.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
He had to recover. You're a little boy, had to go see your dad, and you helped get your dad back to health by playing baseball with him, and he didn't want you to go to do Platoon. I mean, it's his own PTSD probably speaking, but he was like, dude, this is a big grind, don't do it. And you said, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it was a huge move for you. And you had listened to all his advice
I had.
up until this point. Martin Sheen,
yeah.
knows a lot.
Sure.
He gave you advice on don't accept that movie. They're just going to lock you into a long-term deal, and you're going to be, this studio is going to make you do shit you don't want to do.
Right.
And you said, okay, that makes sense. And don't try and take the Karate Kid role. You would have been the Karate Kid because you have a commitment somewhere else. These are all good things. And then he said, don't do Platoon. And you said, I'm doing it. That was a great moment for you because, damn it, you could not be more correct.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
on that goes straight to Wall Street. Then,
Yeah, no, it was
Just
a
nuts.
rocket ship past the stars, Oh, there I am.
Ricky Vaughn, baby,
Yeah, man.
the wild thing. Look at it's all about the glasses. There is no Ricky Vaughn without the glasses.
They're really, I guess, yeah. I can't debate that.
And then, of course, the moment that probably snapped you into another hemisphere of celebrity and, magazine covers and all that stuff, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it was just a blip,
Go figure.
right?
Go figure.
You just looked, this is when people just wanted to have sex with you. They were like, this guy is so hot.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. This guy made women swoon. That was the bad boy that they shouldn't be with, but wanted to be with.
Amazing. Yeah, no, that was a trip. It's just one of those things that just fell out of the sky, and came from a friendship, from a relationship with Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Grey.
Yeah, we met on Red Dawn. And
she hooked you up with that role,
Yeah,
and you
she
showed up
did.
an hour and a half late to it, not because you were out doing the wrong thing. Your alarm just didn't go off. You were
Overslept.
studying the night before. Studying.
Yeah, trying to get method.
The guy literally said, I'm not going to party. I'm just going to go. This character has a tired look. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to be tired. And he stayed up too late and then fell asleep and slept through. Oh, God.
Well, I'd been watching Sean Penn do similar things like that, as we grew up, because, he's a little bit older. And so he was already doing TV shows, making like really successful movies while we were, Chris and I were still in high school. And so, but he had a very method approach. If he was playing an asshole, he was an asshole to people. If for the Spicoli thing, I wasn't around him for that prep, but I got to believe that he was probably spending more time at the beach, right?
Yeah.
And so he took it on. He embodied it long before he got to the set. And so I didn't really have that kind of training. So I just took like not even a page out of his book, just like one paragraph or a sentence, and figured, all right, I'm gonna go with Sean Penn with this one.
Yeah.
And then shat the bed just like on my first attempt at method. I look at the alarm clock, and it's a half hour past when I'm already supposed to be 2 hours away. And the panic and the
Shit.
yeah, and then
Boy, that worked out.
Yeah, there's no cell phones. There's no, how do you let somebody know?
Post Ferris Bueller's, like when you showed up at the Viper Room, or wherever you went out, wherever you went out to.
Yeah, I
Was it
only went
wild?
to the Viper Room twice.
Okay, but whatever
yeah,
club
it was
you went
bar,
to.
it was bar one.
And just bar one.
Bar
in-
one,
in the
yeah.
day. And then the women, and it's where you really found out you had a way with the ladies.
Not so much directly after Bueller. I think it was. I think Platoon was really the turning point.
Yeah.
Well, it's that thing I talk about. There was the BP and then AP before Platoon and after Platoon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Depp taught him how to smoke on the back of the plane, going to film Platoon.
Well, he taught me how cool smoking could look.
Could look.
Yes.
And this is the thing, you weren't even a smoker. There's Depp ripping cigs in economy in the back, and you in first class, Big star of the movie, and all of a sudden you come back and you're just like,
Well, we
this looks
started.
good.
I started in the training camp because my foxhole was downwind from his.
Oh.
And so what used to be annoying started to smell a little
Wonderful.
more attractive.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah.
You asshole. Let's look into the chat here. We got so many. Oh my God, there's questions about. People here. Red Dawn, R.I.P. Patrick Swayze. Oh my God. I agree. Smoking really does look cool.
I mean,
What
he's
was
not
it? Sherry
wrong.
had a question, Steve. Sherry wanted to know, what is the craziest rumor about you that is not true? Was there ever something you read in the paper like, this is not true. This is so insane. Like like Ozzy Osbourne did in fact eat a bat.
like
It snapped the head off the bat.
ingest it or just.
I think he just chewed it and maybe spat it. It's
Spat
the
it.
Hollywood diet, chew and spit.
Yeah, exactly. I read once that on a jet ski, and I've only been on a jet ski once. On a jet ski, I saved some swimmers by guiding a hammerhead shark, like a 10-foot hammerhead shark, away from them by working both sides of its head with my expert jet ski skills, right? And got the shark like more towards the shore, away, and so they could get out of the water. And
Why would you tell people that's not true? Because you're so painfully honest now? Like, I would want people to know that was true about me.
Because in the future, if I'm ever on a jet ski and someone yells shark, guess what they're going to expect?
Well, Charlie knows what to do.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
And then I let everybody down,
Okay, here's Lisa says, Jackie, he used to give me, you used to give, Lisa is from Santa Monica. You used to give her and her friends rides on his shoulders. Okay.
So they were
they were of age.
right. Rides on my shoulders.
Yeah, I guess you were. You did that maybe in a hotel one time. It was like a chicken fight. I'll tell you one thing about Charlie Sheen, which blows my mind.
How far was the ride?
You see, his memory is a steel trap. I would think your memory is terrible just by the things we've done.
It should be.
Mine's awful.
It should
Yours
be.
is great.
Most of it, yeah, a lot of it. I think we remember the stuff that we care about.
I think that's right.
You know.
But you really have a knack for the details.
Well, details matter.
Here's Jess. Charlie is looking great. Kissy, kissy.
Thank you, Jess.
What's going on in the Jess opened the door. What's going on with women? Relationship?
There's
Girlfriend? Nothing.
Jess, there's nothing going on.
What's
And it's by choice. It's just, well, it's not really, it's by circumstance, which led to just surrender. And then it's, I kind of label it by choice now.
What would you like? Would you like a partner? Would you like
at some point for sure?
I mean, a hot one night stand? What's like at the top of the priority list for right now?
Not one night stands. It's not really.
Yeah.
I mean, if that it presents itself, I'm not going to be like no.
Right.
But I'm.
I really don't go there anymore. Thank you.
But I'm a lot more invested in the idea of a partner. Yeah, but just something long term, because I have confidence that things are going to start cooking again. Because what's interesting is that there's all this love and all this attention and all this energy. Do we have to wait for that? Are we good?
That's interesting. No, that's a helicopter. I think it's good.
And I haven't even done my job yet. I checked 2 boxes that were completely unique, the book and the doc.
Yeah.
And then like everybody's like, "Hey, welcome back." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Thank you." But I still haven't done my job. Like my actual job.
Yeah, but you're looking at a couple of projects. I know that.
I am, yeah.
A comedy and a drama.
Yes. But it's nice to hear
People are saying drama.
in the not super chat. This is a regular chat, straight chat, freaking
straight chat. And there is a super chat question here. Ooh, a paid
Did somebody
question
pay?
From attorney Melanie Little, who is a friend of mine.
How much did she donate? $20?
It's a $10 question. Charlie, what advice would you give someone like Billy who seems sober curious? How is your life better since sobriety? Love you, Billy XOXO.
And that's your friend?
She's a friend who does a tremendous YouTube live show. She's a lawyer.
Oh wow, okay.
And she does great commentary, and people join her in the chat and do so. She's a great person, but she's outing me as sober. Of course, who isn't sober? Let me say, my father always said, no one ever woke up in the morning and said, "Man, I wish I had another drink last night." Am I sober? I just like it. I always feel better when I haven't had anything.
Right. God, it's a perfect moment to.
But Charlie will never pass advice to anyone.
I don't.
I can tell you that.
Unless somebody asks.
Yeah, well, she's asking for me.
Got it.
You can't do that. You have to ask for yourself, Melanie.
Who's more on the spot? You or me or her?
But I don't care.
Yeah, I know you.
I've been very honest about. I've had guys on, an alcohol expert and everything, talking about and sometimes I just think, we'll just do it less.
Right.
And I can go, in 2 months at a time without it.
No, if I drank like you did and do, I'd still be doing it. And that's not an AA thing. That's just
You drank everything that wasn't nailed down in the room, and then looked, so where are we going from here?
Exactly. Yeah, but what would I tell you? I would say that if you're sober curious, and here comes a shameless plug, that maybe it's the perfect time for you and I to sit down and enjoy a wild AF.
I think that's exactly right.
NA beer that I'm the co-founder of.
Charlie's
we shared one on stage.
They're very good.
They're pretty good, right?
Well, NA beers have gotten good. I mean, when my dad was drinking them back in the day, there was a beer called Mousy, Moussy, and it was repulsive.
Awful, yeah.
And I hate to say it, I'm sorry to the Heineken people, but the aftertaste on that does not work for me. Stella Artois 00 is okay. Peroni 00 is okay. Athletic has kicked ass in every way.
That's who we're chasing.
And Wild AF is great. Wild Thing. Alcohol free.
Of course, that's what the AF stands for.
As perfect name. Everything's good marketing and branding.
Awesome, thank you.
It's a delicious.
It's pretty damn good, right?
We had one together on stage,
you weren't at the show. Where did I go after? Shit, now I know.
Atlantic City. You go back to
yes,
you go
that's
to the East
where
Coast.
it was.
See, I thought your memory was good.
It was. Well, no. Now I understand why rock stars at the end of the night will say goodnight to the wrong city.
Yeah.
Now I get that. You weren't in AC. And I did have Heineken Double Ot, whatever they call it. And I did experience that same aftertaste. Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't care if they're mad at me right now because I'm not going to sell any other beer than my own.
Yeah, you're in competition.
Exactly.
Someone wants you to say winning.
Oh, what I would say, and what's your friend's name who wrote in?
Melanie.
Melanie, there's a line in my book where I talk about it's hard to ask for help when somebody else has raised your hand for you.
Yeah.
So that's why I stay out of people's business.
Yeah.
You know.
I flirt with it all the time. And then I just don't drink for a minute. And then I'm like, God, you know what? I could use a cocktail right now.
Yeah, but I've seen you, like you have two and you're having a great time. And then you're like, okay.
Oh, yeah. I never go past.
You're like, I got a flight to catch.
I know that line where this is gonna cost me too much. And at 54 years old, I mean, you know.
54? That feels young right now.
What are you, 60?
60, yeah.
6-0?
6-0. That happened.
That happened,
yeah.
But boy, you look well.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You look well. You're
heat sleeve, man. It's the heat sleeve.
It's the heat sleeve.
Yeah. There's also a doctor that I work with. He does a lot of anti-aging stuff, you know. His name's Dr. Asandra, Chris Asandra. He's terrific. So he's been helping, you know, like a lot of the, peptides and NAD and stuff that I kind of poo-pooed for a long time. And then Denise said, hey, you got to sit with this dude. And I did. And he really made a huge impact on all of it, you know. Just to have the energy to maintain throughout a tour like this, which, you know, really began like early August. Because you know how long it takes to freaking plan all this stuff. You know, all the long lead interviews.
Yeah.
And then the scheduling, and then the flights, and the who's, you know, and then when you agree to do Rogan, which was awesome, and he's incredible, but then he gets pole position. So then you can't do long forms before him. And I get that. He's the freaking, he's king, you know?
Yeah.
And does, I mean, he pretty much built
podcasting.
Yeah, he built it.
Yeah.
I'm sure people could point to other examples before him, whatever. But as far as the global explosion and reach, I think he's the pointy end of the stick. You know,
he sure is. You mentioned Denise a second ago.
But yes. But as I mentioned that she's the one that introduced me to Asandra. Yeah,
Asandra, the doctor who leads. We all have our regimen.
Right.
But you mentioned Denise. Denise got, I mean, she just had a facelift, I can tell, but she looks stunning. She looks unbelievable.
But like
Dr. Ben Tilley.
Let's get that guy's number.
Dr. Ben Tilley is the guy who did it.
Yeah?
I know
Wow.
who did it.
Damn.
And she is, I remember you met her on a movie. But, forgot the name of the movie.
It was called Good Advice.
Good Advice.
Yes.
But then you were on Spin City together, and she said, "Are you going to ask me out or what, Charlie?" And you're like, "Oh, okay." And then obviously
she reversed the roles.
The children, the whole thing.
Right.
You get along as far as the exes go. You're still pretty close to Denise, aren't you?
I am. Yeah. Yeah. We spoke yesterday.
I think you're the great love of her life. I think she still loves you, Charlie.
I'm the one that got away.
Yeah.
But I'm still. I mean, we're connected forever through children, you know.
But could you rekindle?
I don't think so. I don't think. I mean, not to like slam the door on that, but I just think we get along so nicely. And so it's a real friendship. you know?
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't want to have anything come in between any of that.
But do you ever, when you're with her, do you ever get like is there like ooh, this feels familiar in a good way? Is there sort of a chemistry where you can flirt with each other a little bit, or do we keep it straight to the kids and business?
That's usually on the phone.
On the phone?
Yeah,
oh, I love
because it's safer. In person, you know, you don't want to advertise something that you're not selling, right?
Right.
Whatever that means.
No, I think that's perfect.
Right? Did that track?
But you'll flirt a little on the phone. There'll be something in the voice. Your mind is quick with the one-liner. She probably giggles like crazy when you get going, right?
Yeah, no, she gets my humor.
I bet you give good phone, and you give great text. I'll say that. You give great text.
Thank you.
Texting is an art.
Well, I care.
Have you been on the dating apps, or like what's holding you back from
I was on a
finding
dating
the nice
app
girl?
once.
Yeah.
And it was back in like 07 or 06 maybe. And I was on there for like a week. And I met this gal, and she seemed really cool. And I said, hey, I'm going to a buddy's gathering tonight. Would you like to join me? And she was like, sure. So the place I was going was Matthew Perry's place, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we walk in together, and let's just pretend her name was Susan, right? We're barely through the door, and Matt looks up and he goes, Susan? Yeah, man. And I'm like, wow.
No.
Wow. So Susan was kind of a star hunter or something, right?
Yeah, no. I want only guys from extremely famous sitcoms who are the lead actors and are very funny.
But she was a little, and I'm like, you two know each other?
Yeah.
And they met on that same app.
Oh,
and I think
wow.
it was late. It was probably like a couple days after that. I just delete account.
He just said, "This
Just
isn't.
was like,
I'm Charlie Sheen. This
it's-
isn't gonna."
Well,
It's-
it didn't reveal itself.
It's too much filtering, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to filter too many people. Oh my God. Well, let me tell you this.
But if I was on a dating app, that'd be would it be borderline cringe, borderline cool, sort of courageous but sad? You know what I mean? Are you on one?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been on one?
No.
Not even for 1 week? And
No.
then at your buddy's
Friends
house? And
of
then
friends.
Nothing?
No,
Huh,
my whole
okay.
dating life has been, you've got to meet this girl. Oh, great.
Okay.
We'll invite her. And then, or just, hey, how are you? I have to tell you this. In Los Angeles right now, this is, it's there, I think, more single women. I think it just feels like, I don't know. I feel like
Well,
you
that's
come
a-
out with
that's
me,
a-
Sheen.
That's a thing right now.
Yeah.
Where I think
And
women,
also-
women are wearing that as some kind of a badge.
Well, Scott Galloway was a guest of mine last week, and he said something fascinating, and he's written this book, and he said, you know, this is the first time that younger men don't have the economic viability that we did to do better than our fathers, to do better than the generation before us.
Interesting.
This affordability thing is real. They
Sure.
can't buy homes. They can't do these things. And so women, naturally, he said, are sort of gravitating towards older men because they're more economically and emotionally viable
And then
than younger guys.
the third date doesn't wind up back at the parents' house.
At the parents' house in
Yeah.
the basement.
Yeah.
It's look at this nice home that you've had a chance to have a career and build.
Interesting.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, we'll I'll take you to a favorite spot of mine.
Yeah. You're not gonna.
Let's
I
just
mean,
flirt.
don't say it on the air because then
No.
we'll get overrun.
No.
We
We'll
will
get way
we will
overrun.
get overrun. Yes.
The Sheen-Bush connection is just outrageous. All right, final questions here because Charlie is a very busy man. Women still want
Is anybody
a man.
asking? Is there like a question? What flavor does he vape? Nobody. Nothing. Nobody cares. Fuck it.
Booberry, boysenberry.
Vanilla tobacco.
This is great. Isn't there a dating app for famous people? Yeah, that was the
Oh.
one you were on, Raya. I'm sure you were on Raya when you did that. Susan
No,
was just combing Raya for you and Matthew Perry.
But did Raya exist in 07?
Oh, this was 07.
Yeah.
They had dating apps back then.
Or 06, yeah.
Yeah, you were early.
They were kind of crude. Not crude like like unsavory, but crude like in its tech. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
It was the early forms. What flavor do you vape? Says in limo.
Vanilla tobacco.
Vanilla tobacco.
Yes, by Yogi.
Oh, my.
The Yogi company. Again, not sponsored by them.
Sheen,
Yes.
you are terrific.
Likewise.
Put the book right up on the screen here, Steve.
Oh, that's right. I'm promoting the book. Jesus.
Oh no, that's the promotion. That's the event that we did.
It's the book cover, though.
That is the book cover.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's just great. I got to tell you, it's, hearing Charlie. I actually did. I didn't read the book. I did the book on tape.
Yeah, you told me that.
I liked.
Did I take you on a journey?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
just like you telling the stories.
Thank
the Book
you.
of Sheen.
Thank you.
The Book of Sheen, and I did it that way. But you can get the audio version or the hardback or the hard rock or whatever you like.
We cleaned up Pajes today.
We cleaned up Pajes and reestablished the fact that you, sir, are one of my absolute favorites.
That's amazing.
You're just the
That's
best.
amazing. Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
This was an honor.
Hot Mics with Billy Bush is presented by LAGOLF. Take your swing to the next level with LAGOLF's cutting-edge technology. The Bel Air 2 putter out now. Longest ball in golf is back in stock. 8 to 10 more yards. Black Friday, Cyber Monday promo. A gift for someone else is a gift for you. So if you get your husband or your buddy who loves golf a $100 gift card, you get a $25 gift card to give someone else. $300 gets you $75, and $500 gets you $125. So there you go, 2 gifts in one. Visit LAGolf.com and upgrade your game. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Charlie, what are you grateful for, buddy? What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for today.
Hey,
I'm thankful for yesterday.
yeah,
I'm just grateful for a lot of stuff that I never really knew was as valuable as it truly is, and it's mostly relationships and family and children and all the boring shit, right? But the stuff that matters. I'm grateful for the stuff that matters.
where are you having Thanksgiving?
Probably swing by my parents.
Yeah,
That's usually, yeah. But this year I
Fantastic.
won't be bringing a deep fried turkey. I did that one year and it was a smash. I was the king for a day.
wow.
Yeah.
They're much easier they're quick to cook, but
Aren't they?
yeah, you shouldn't
but
be
they-
doing that in Los Angeles.
Yeah, a lot of accidental fires and shit with
Yeah,
those
yeah,
things. Yeah.
There goes the eyebrows.
I've heard.
Leave
yeah.
that to Southern guys who hunt.
There you go.
All right.
Good,
That's it.
Good advice.
For us, everybody have an amazing long weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. For Charlie Sheen, I am the Bushman. Ta-ta. Thank you, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hot Mics. Great time.